Sports.
Hey there, sports fans. Welcome to Sportsball, part of the SPDM crew of podcast. We talk about sports-related topics, but we focus on you, the fan, and what you like, whether it's a sport, team, event, athlete, or sports-related news. And there's been a lot of stuff going on in baseball lately, and the first, I got to talk about this Rafael Devers trade that the Red Sox did, sending him to the Giants for a haul of players and different things like that. There's been a lot of reports of tension between the two teams, but the Red Sox ownership and Red Sox GM who kind of cites he's been disgruntled for a little while, and it doesn't mean that they're waving the white flag, but this kind of just follows a trend that the Red Sox are just dealing players away. Yeah, it's crazy that the Red Sox did this. There was a possibility, I thought, that they could have done it, during the off season, but definitely not now. So that's I feel really bad for Red Sox fans because it's just again another example of something that the Red Sox do in order to just give away some of their star talent. But hey, it is what it is. I think does it kind of make you wonder a little bit if the Red Sox are getting ready for just a full on, fire sale, but I don't know. It's interesting to see where this is going to go from here, but yeah, so we got that. A couple pieces of Shohei Otani news. So Shohei Otani is doing really well with all-star voting, so good for him. He tonight was one of his first nights in a while that he actually the first time this year that he pitched. He only pitched one inning, but hey, progress is progress. And then not only that, Shohei Otani's ex-interpreter did report to federal prison today. So all things very exciting for the Dodgers, and Shohei Otani specifically for himself. So that's interesting. Pivoting really quick to basketball. I would like to talk about this Desmond Bane trade, and this feels like a crazy overpay for Desmond Bane by the Orlando Magic. However, I understand why the Magic did it. They're smelling blood in the water, specifically in the East, because there is not a whole lot going on in the East now that the Celtics presumably will be out of it for next year with Jason Tatum sidelined with an Achilles injury. So I think a lot of these other teams they're just gonna go for it. But I think sending two players, like Anthony Black, he just kind of wasn't in the rotation, and it's kind of a tough thing just for, or sorry, Cole Anthony wasn't really part of the rotation that much. KCP just did not have a good year with the Magic. So I don't know, like the two players, that's going to give Memphis a little bit more depth. So that's good. But depth has, kind of been one of those things that happens quite a bit for Memphis because they draft really well. But it's the it's the four first round picks that I just do not get. However, that Phoenix first round pick, or like the best of the Phoenix and Washington and Orlando first round pick, will get sent to Memphis. That's going to be very valuable and could potentially be used to lure another star. So I think this was a haul and kind of highway robbery for Memphis, whereas the Magic, I think they overpaid just way too much. I'm curious to see how Desmond Bane is going to fit in with Apollo Banchero and then also with Franz Wagner. So I think that trio is going to be really good next year. So we'll see what happens there. Kevin Durant is speculated to get traded somewhere soon, and his preferred destinations right now are Miami, San Antonio, and Houston. I think that's what he said. However, I think it's just interesting. It's interesting, potentially he wants to just limit himself to all of those teams, but I don't know. It just seems crazy to me that he wants to just like the fact that he's naming so many people in the on the West. I just don't understand that, especially since Oklahoma's going to be here, or Oklahoma City is going to be here to stay for a while. It's just going to be a gauntlet in the Western Conference. So get out of the West, go to the East. But why go to Miami? Because Miami doesn't have a whole lot going for it right now. If I were the Spurs, I would probably stay away from Kevin Durant because he doesn't really provide a good enough punch from a timeline perspective that's going to line up with Wembanyama's, Steph Castle, and some of their other young talent. So I don't know. It's going to be very curious to see what's going to happen with this whole thing with Kevin Durant. But last thing I'll talk about is the NBA finals have been fantastic. I cannot stand that so many people aren't watching it because it's two small market teams, but the games have been fantastic. Jalen Williams tonight went for 40 points, and that was just quite a performance by him. Same thing with Shea, and the defense was just so on point tonight, holding Halliburton to only 4 points, and all of those were at the free throw line. So Oklahoma City just looks really great, but I'm not ready to say that they're going to win game 6. So we'll see. It feels a lot like the Denver series where it took them to 7 games, but it's a very exciting time for baseball. It's a very exciting time with the end of basketball. It seems like the Florida Panthers are well on their way to another Stanley Cup victory. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's going to do it for all this. That's going to do it for this episode of Sportsball. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything as where you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website at SPDM. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And reach out to them if you have any brand standard marketing or logo needs. Check out the other shows on our network. We're really proud of the work that we do on the network. So check out the other shows there. And if you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, pain heals, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever.